You are turning in 10 minutes of BPTV News, brought to you by Bình Phước Radio, Television and Newspaper. I'm the one with the latest news update, and here are the headlines for today's news. National Assembly inspect law enforcement to protect environment in Bình Phước. Provincial Party Committee Secretary holds working session with Women Union. Vietnam-Singapore relationship at its prime. Bamboo Airways launches Hanoi-Lý Chiang direct flights. A delegation from the National Assembly, led by Deputy Head of its Committee on Science, Technology and Environment, Nguyễn Tuấn Anh, recently inspected Bình Phước implementation of the law on environmental protection at the Ta Thiết limestone quarry and also have a working session with the Bình Phước cement factory.
The delegation heard a report from the Ta Thiết limestone quarry on its investments in protecting the environment. A leader from the Bình Phước cement factory highlighted its dust extraction and flue gas exhaust cleaning work at quarrying areas and areas transporting and grinding coal and clinker. Some 140 solid waste collection bins are in place, while air quality monitors have been installed. At the working session, members of the National Assembly delegation underlined activities to enforce the law on environmental protection. They also emphasized the need to outline preparation in response to incidents and to conduct inspections on environmental protection.
Member of the Party Central Committee and Secretary of the Bình Phước Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Mạnh Cường held a working session with the Bình Phước Women Union Party delegation and Standing Board on August 1st.
Since the beginning of its 2021-2026 tenure, the Provincial Women's Union has adopted drastic measures to carry out political tasks and support members. The union currently has nearly 178,800 members who have enthusiastically engaged in union activities. Some 115 women's safety models and 65 food safety models have been established throughout the province. At the working session, representatives from the women's unions at the district, town and city levels proposed that provincial leaders channel more investment into infrastructure and information technology to meet unions' needs in digital transformation. They also suggested that leaders create further conditions for local women in improve their social criticism ability. Meanwhile, members of the working delegation asked the Women's Union to outline specific measures to boost membership and pay due regard to caring for and protecting the rights of members. The union should also enhance coordination with relevant agencies while providing support to women.
The Bình Phước People Committee had recently issued an official dispatch urging on departments, agencies, and units at the grassroots levels to continue implementing measures regarding administrative reform.
Accordingly, the chairperson of the Provincial People's Committee has sought improvements in Public Administration Reform Index and the Provincial Governance and Public Administration Performance Index and the Satisfaction Index of Public Administrative Services in 2023. Such efforts aim to simplify administrative regulations and procedures relating to investment, production, business, and the daily lives of local people. Bình Phước is actively implementing administrative reform in line with Government Project Number 6 on developing and applying a population database and electronic identification and authentication, as well as the National Digital Transformation Program. The province is also committed to improving the quality of online administrative services offered through the Provincial Public Service Portal. It's working to strengthen discipline and administrative procedures to prevent delays and difficulties facing citizens and businesses. The head of Administrative Department of the Provincial People's Committee has recommended that the province review and publish administrative procedures in a timely manner and ensure that information regarding procedures on the national database is complete, transparent, and accurate.
Now it's time for the top stories around the country. More details in the following report.
Deputy Prime Minister Chen Liu-Quang hosted Yamada Junichi, Executive Senior Vice President of Japan International Cooperation Agency, in Hanoi on August the 1st. The two sides discussed the implementations of several ODA projects in Vietnam. During the meeting, the Vietnamese officials proposed that Japan provide ODA funding for railway projects, digital transformation, green transformation, and climate change response in Vietnam. In response, Yamada Junichi discussed the new generation ODA support that JICA plans to provide to Vietnam. They include backup credits for health crisis, public services, natural disasters, loans through intermediaries, and facilitating the private sectors to implement infrastructure projects.
The Vietnam-Singapore relationship is now at its prime with deep political trust, close economic and investment cooperation, and strong people-to-people exchange, Vietnamese ambassador to Singapore, Mai Phước Dũng has said.
Since the second half of last year, the two governments and foreign ministries have held activities celebrating the 50th anniversary of diplomatic ties and the 10th anniversary of strategic partnership between the two nations, which draw the attention of the public and businesses. Assessing the relations between the two countries over the past 5 decades, many people agreed that economic cooperation is a bright spot. According to experts, the strategic partnership between the two countries still has much potential to grow, and there are plenty of new areas in which they can enhance cooperation, such as business partnerships. Both sides can also explore cooperation opportunities in the fields of environment, sustainable development, and especially digital economy. In order to further deepen bilateral ties, further attention should be also paid to political, economic, defense and security, and people-to-people exchanges to raise mutual understanding of each other, experts noted.
Bamboo Airways has operated its first direct flight connecting the capital city of Hanoi and Lijiang City in China, Yunnan Province.
With an expected frequency of 3 return flights per week, Bamboo Airways is the first and only airline of Vietnam to conduct charter flights from Hanoi to Lijiang City. With a duration of 2 hours, the route will help shorten the traveling time from Hanoi to the Chinese city. Normally, it takes about 4 to 16 hours if passengers use connecting flights, or 16 hours if they travel by road. The operation of round-trip flights between Hanoi and Lijiang will meet the travel demands of people in the two cities, as well as contribute to promoting cooperation between the two countries in various fields. According to the General Statistics Office, Vietnam welcomed over 557,000 Chinese tourists in the first half of 2023.
Young overseas Vietnamese joining the Vietnam Summer Camp program had the opportunity to visit the Hoàng Sa Museum in Da Nang City, helping them gain more knowledge on the seas and the island, strengthening their love of the homeland and contributing to protecting Vietnam's sovereignty.
The young overseas Vietnamese were strongly impressed by the story of Lễ Khao Lễ Thế Lính Hoàng Sa, or Feast and Commemoration Festival for Hoàng Sa soldiers, and about wood blocks dating back hundreds of years, affirming Vietnam's sovereignty over the Hoàng Sa or Paracel Islands. Visiting the Hoàng Sa Museum was among the activities held by the Vietnam Summer Camp for 120 young overseas Vietnamese coming to Da Nang. By witnessing historical evidence and listening to experts share the legality and history of Vietnam asserting sovereignty over the Paracel Islands, the young people gained both knowledge and belief in the seas and islands under the country's sovereignty. Through the Vietnam Summer Camp, the young overseas Vietnamese acquired knowledge on the seas and islands, and thereby a voice with international friends to contribute to the affirmation of Vietnam's sovereignty over the archipelagos.
And that has just wrapped up our bulletin today. You can rewatch this news on our mobile app BPTV Go or visit our website and YouTube channel. Now, thanks for staying with us and see you next time.